pen the same maker, even if we never touched the same paper. Made enough for a surplus quotas, but the money brought us much closer. Used to be silent when they load up, remember that? Now they sit around and upload them. I swear the world changed. I swear to God the world changed. Used to tell her that you love her, now you can't even remember that girl name. I swear to God the world changed. The world changed.
Trippin', this is easy, easy. Got 'em excited to meet me. I got diamonds, you got CZs. Wake up, get to it, and repeat. Hey, I ain't hearing nothing haters say. Let them talk about us. My whole crew is about 100 deep. Gotta walk around it. I kill it and then I walk away. Put the chalk around it. I just get low key and watch them talk about it. I'm in New York and we finna get loose. Squeeze the big apple and give me the juice. Don't wanna talk, I just do what it do. My alter egos can fill up a room. Hop on the flight, take a trip to Peru. Yeah, hop in the whip, that is missing the roof. My woman a fire, just look at my boo. I'm the almighty, I'm feeling like Bruce. Ooh. I don't need much, ability to do. Ooh. Breaking the hearts and breaking the rules. Ooh. 10 out of 10, I'm feeling like two. I ain't tripping, this is easy. Got 'em excited to meet me. I got diamonds, you got CZs. Wake up, get to it, and repeat.
It's week 17 of the NFL, and we'll see Garrett Wilson.
Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. And the opening kickoff will not be returned, as that will be a touchback. Well, the Jets offense ready to take over, and they do so behind the now 40-year-old quarterback. He hit that milestone back on December the 2nd. Here is Aaron Rodgers.
Would you say that last week's performance by him, workmanlike in terms of numbers?
1 touchdown, 1 pick, but obviously a loss.
Yeah, and that's the bottom line for him. All he cares about is how do we find a way to win the game. Maybe he leans on a few other parts of the offense and hopefully springs a receiver or two free.
Throwing on first down, but this one winds up to be incomplete. Well, you get a look at their key inactives for this week's game, and Charles, clearly you don't want to have any of these guys unavailable, especially when you're where they're at fighting for a playoff spot.
I agree, because the postseason is on the line. So you've got to overcome the injuries and find a way to win. And the only way to do that, the guys available have to step up. What's that mantra in the NFL? Next man up. This is their opportunity.
Is Rodgers on third down. Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. And he is going to have a Jets first down as they're able to get the third down conversion. Those are the kinds of plays right there that show you why he's the number 3 man of the NFL in terms of receiving yards.
Also tells you there's a full combination of what he's got going in his game. You name it, from route running to catching the football. That's why he's able to produce those types of numbers.
Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9. On 2nd down, a run with Hall. And not much there at all. Maybe a yard up to the 43. You look at this Browns defense. They're a unit that enters play way down, number 28 in the NFL right now against the run.
And the focus now is making sure that they're hitting on all cylinders as they head into the playoffs. And that means they've got to stop the run better, because playoff football often means running football. So they've got to be prepared for that.
Pass taken in by his big tight end. And they're going to have another first down as he's going to be tackled at the Browns' 36. 21 yards there on third down. So a 1st and 10 upcoming from Browns territory now at the 36. On 1st and 10, it's Hall. Room here to run. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. That's back-to-back plays of over 20 yards. You were telling me this yesterday. That's exactly what they want to do on the opening drive, establish the ground game.
Yeah, remember our conversation? We were talking about what one of the GMs in the league has told me repeatedly. It's a big man's game, and it's not necessarily size. He's talking about playing some big boy football. Line up, get leverage, knock people back, and establish the run early.
Meanwhile, Rodgers' throw here will be caught by Wilson. And the Jets are going to have a 1st and goal coming up as the tackle made at the 3-yard line. 1st and goal, a chance for an early statement here on the road. Throwing is Rodgers. And he's got it. Touchdown, Jets. Garrett Wilson with touchdown number 7 on the year. And the Jets put the Knights' first points on the board as they take the early lead. Building confidence after a loss, that's a good way to do it. The loss last game, but first drive here in this one, cashing it in for 6.
Hey, they can talk all they want about putting a loss behind them. I think that drive there did more than any conversation they had, don't you think?
That's exactly right. Puts that to bed, and this is what they said all week long. A lot of things they needed to do differently. Whatever they said appears to have worked. Morstead out now following the touchdown to kick. From a yard or two deep, here comes a return. And he'll get it up past the 20 to about the 22. So here are the Browns under head coach Kevin Stefanski. And at quarterback, a longtime signal caller in the National Football League, former Super Bowl MVP Joe Flacco.
And what I loved about meeting with him before the game was talking to a guy who takes ownership of his performance. 2 touchdowns, 2 interceptions last week, but all he focused on was the loss, okay? And he did say, if I change my stats a little bit, not necessarily for me to look better, but that'll help my team.
A first carry now for Kareem Hunt. And he'll get about 6 up to the 27-yard line. Well, Charles, you think about this defense. This week in preparation, you couldn't hide the fact from them that they're facing a team that's lost 7 in a row. You just wonder if they prepared the same way they normally do.
Yeah, that's a great question because normally that preparation goes into what you do well on defense. What is the best thing that you do going into a game? But in this case, you might want to take all the tendencies and throw them out the window. I would expect them to throw every trick play in the book right out of the gate in order to try and get something established and get things moving.
Charles, Thursday night game, I think a lot of teams probably say shrink the playbook somewhat. Is that correct?
I think you're right about that because you just don't have the amount of time that you have in a normal week to put in a full playbook. So as you said, you shrink the playbook, pick out the plays that work best for you. You know what else you're looking for?
What's that?
Who are the freshest guys coming off the last game to play on a Thursday night? Guys have a little extra pep in their step. You go to them early and often.
Flacco's throw there complete. And he'll be taken down as that will take us to the end of the first quarter of play. After 1, 7-0 on EA Sports. On to the second from Cleveland. It's the Browns in control of the football. Here's 3rd and 3. As they've got it as we resume action. They'll try to run for the first down with Hunt. And this is only going to be a gain of 2. He needed 3. It's 4th and 1.
Another down on the scoreboard, but the urge to go for it is almost irresistible here on 4th and short. Yeah, I know they're on their own side of the field.
I was going to say.
Normally I would say punt the ball away, but I'm feeling it. I say go for it.
Back onto the field come the New York Jets for their second drive. And they come into this one off the loss over the weekend. But you say if you're going to play a Thursday night game, this is the week to do it.
It certainly is because you get right back out there. You don't have time to dwell on things. And look, your game plan is going to be a little more limited, but so is theirs. So that's when you just appeal to your top players. Guys, you make plays in this one, we out-execute them, we can walk away with a win.
Just like that, a pickup of 20 on their first play from scrimmage. His first carry of their second drive, pretty solid. And, of course, remember back to their first drive, really strong throughout that one.
Not only is he getting good blocking up front, but how about his vision to find the holes? And he's seeing things before they even open and hurdling through them.
53 yards rushing for him now in the ball game. The Jets at 8-7, a game over 500 on the year. And Charles, they were losers last time out. What do you think they need to do differently here?
Well, I don't think it needs to be as drastic as burning up last week's game tape or not watching it, but the attitude has to be what's done is done. Let's move on. Put that one behind them, galvanize themselves, and go forward and get a win in this one.
And tackled down after a gain of 3. Leaves him with 1 yard to go on 3rd down. That's some good tackling there to keep him short of that yellow line.
Yeah, defensively, all I'm thinking is that on that play, get me to 3rd down. Get me into a position where I can make one more play and get my defense off the field.
And he is going to have a Jets first down. At least it appears that way. And he got it by maybe the length of a football.
2 yards. First down, New York.
They set the man in motion too late. This is going to be a delay.
Delay of game, offense.
Now, the offense knew it. They were already starting to walk back as that one is accepted. So a little bit of a stiffer challenge now. 1st and 15 following the delay of game. From midfield, here's Rodgers. Throwing quickly to Wilson. And he'll be taken down after a gain of about 8, as that will lead us to the 2-minute warning. 2 minutes on the clock, 2nd quarter, 7-0 ball game. They'll come up 2nd and 7. Rodgers now to throw. He finds Randall Cobb with a completion. He's got his first catch here before halftime, and it goes for a first down.
This has to go down as one of the simpler routes in the playbook, but oh so effective. Nice completion there. Keeps the sticks moving.
Rodgers now on first down. He finds Wilson. The Jets are going to use the first of their timeouts, as they'll get a chance to talk it over after picking up the first down.
First down, Jets.
To throw, it's Rodgers. To the end zone, but it's incomplete.
It's now 2nd and 10.
Here's 2nd and 10. Rodgers to throw once more. This will be caught just inside the 10. They get 7 out of that, so they're left with a 3rd and 3. Coming up here looking for 3 yards to pick up the first. Rodgers going to try and throw on 3rd down. He dumps this one off here to Hall. Now the Browns will use the first of their 3 timeouts, as they'll stop it with just over a minute to go before halftime. Zerline's kick is up and through. So a long drive gets him down inside the 5, but ultimately they settle for just the field goal.
And I have to think that if maybe they were a yard closer, that would have made their decision tougher, and I think they likely would have gone for it. But in this situation, they just decided to take the 3, and I think it was a smart move.
From a couple yards deep, he'll bring it out of the end zone. And he's able to get this across the 20, but not by much, as he's marked down officially at the 21. The Browns now going to take over late in this first half. And with a little under a minute remaining, they may try to put something together here just to try to cut into that deficit. And he finds his target. It's Marquise Goodwin. And down he goes, but he takes it up to the 40. First down now, but that clock rolling. Flacco from the gun. And that one will fall incomplete. Clock here now, just under 30 seconds to go in this first half. Now a 2nd and 10. Setting up to throw, Flacco. Quick slant, caught by Moore. Now the Browns signal for the second of their timeouts as they'll stop the clock with 26 seconds to go until halftime. 3rd and just 1, it's Flacco. That is caught. Well, he's going to be out of bounds, but not before he takes it inside the 40. Catch number 40 for him on the year. It's a first down. And again, it's Flacco to throw. And that is incomplete. So 17 seconds now on the clock here.
No coverage bust by the defense here. They did a nice job accounting for everybody, and that led to an incompletion.
Incomplete on first down. Now Flacco on second. This short pass into the hands of Njoku. They'll be brought down on the 30-yard line after a gain of 6. And offensively, they'll take the timeout with 6 seconds left in the second quarter. So on 3rd down, the field goal unit will come out as they'll try to get 3 before half. Hopkins' kick is good. And they get themselves on the board here. It's 10-3. Well, still trailing here, but they do get the late field goal. Now their defense will try to keep this score right where it is heading into the locker room.
Yeah, and trailing it to break, you obviously don't want to go in off of a negative play. Give them credit for that one. Finding a way to put points on the board. Give them any type of a spark.
All right, we'll bypass the halftime show in favor of returning to this late season game with the teams coming back from the locker rooms here a bit early. And we welcome you back live now inside the booth alongside Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gaudin, set and ready to rock for the 3rd quarter. And here comes a return from just beyond the goal line. And that decision to bring it out ends up not being a good one. Cost him about 5 yards as he's tackled at the 20. First and 10 here for Flacco. And his throw is incomplete. He's had trouble finding open receivers all game, CD, and that's because really there hasn't been many. This defense has been all over them.
Yeah, they're one of the better defenses in the league, and every time I talk to someone around the NFL, they all say the exact same thing. They're so fundamentally sound, it's hard to execute against them.
Another throw on 2nd down, and this one incomplete as well. So back-to-back incompletions, and that has them staring at a 3rd and 10. Operating out of the gun, Flacco. He'll be taken down. The Jets get in there for the sack. Carl Lawson with a big-time sack on 3rd down. It's a loss of 7. The Browns send out their punter now as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. Taken from just outside the 30. That'll be put in the books as a 53-yard punt. And the Jets will take over 1st and 10. So here's the Jets offense now as they get ready for their first possession of the second half. Now this game, it has obviously been all about the defense on both sides of the football. Which offense is going to break through here? We'll see if they can do it on this drive. And nowhere to run on the interior of that defensive line. He'll get back only to the line of scrimmage.
And the big fella stuffed that one up in a big way. I think doubling him has to be a priority because you can't move up to the next level if you don't take care of him first.
On 2nd down, here's Rodgers. A short throw to Conklin, the tight end. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. 10 yards is the pickup, good enough for a Jet first down.
And what a nice example there of a tight end doing exactly what he needs to do. How about how he worked his way to the outside, made sure he secured the catch, and then anything after that, we count that as a bonus. And indeed, he gets enough for the first down.
Straight ahead is Hall. And he's going to take this across the 50 into Browns territory. 5 yards on the carry. Good pickup on first down.
That's a really nice, tough run inside, and they gained 5 yards on it. And to be frank about it, most offenses don't expect to get 5 yards on a play call like that. So when they do, they go back to their huddle with a little pep in their steps. They're starting to think that they're starting to dominate the line of scrimmage.
Ball again on second down. And he'll get this down only to about the 46. It'll be a pickup of a couple, and it leaves him with a 3rd and 3. Just not a whole lot of room to operate there on that carry.
No, not at all. They did a really nice job staying in their proper places and not allowing any lanes to open up.
On play action, it's Rodgers. Able to find the open man. That's complete. And he is out of bounds inside the 35. First time they've looked his way in this game. He comes through picking up the first.
And that's well executed there on 3rd down. And I love the confidence that they had to let their tight end try and find some space in the middle of the field, right in their quarterback's line of vision. And QBs love to make that easy throw, and they hooked up there for a first down.
Out of the gun, they run it with Hall. And not a whole lot of room to operate there on the first down run. He gets maybe 3.
A 3-yard pickup brings up 2nd and 7.
Final minute now of the 3rd quarter. Ball again on 2nd down. And he's going to get this one down to the 30. They had 3 yards on first down, just 1 yard there. They need to get this to the 24 on 3rd down. Throwing now is Rodgers. And this is going to be caught, but they'll say out of bounds. So it's incomplete. There, but you really have to marvel at how precise he's been throwing the football these last couple weeks.
Oh, that's a perfect word for it, precise. Because if you're at 70% or better 2 weeks in a row, you have a job as long as you want one in this league, won't you? I mean, let's face it, it's not just West Coast offense either. He's putting the ball downfield as well.
So the lead extended, and I think at this point you say, hey, defense, take us to the end.
Well, if I got some good music to put to that, I could have a good country hit. I like the way you expressed yourself there. I think the offense has done enough so far. But like you say, if your defense is only giving up 3 points, makes it a lot easier to settle for field goals on this side of the ball.
And he will be taken down here on the return on what will wind up being the final play of this 3rd quarter. 1 quarter remains here in this Thursday night matchup. And we're back now here in Cleveland. The Cleveland offense ready to go. And the complexion of this one has changed a fair amount. That last field goal made it a 2-score game, so they need to get points out of this drive relatively quickly. And he's brought down at the 34. Call it a gain of 4.
4 yards on the pickup. 2nd and 6.
Line of scrimmage, the 24. This is 2nd and 6. Now Flacco. Another completion here to Hunt. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. A good pickup there for the Browns, 15 yards.
First and 10 at the 48-yard line.
Operating off play action, Flacco. And that is incomplete. Oh, the coverage a little too good there, and it's 2nd down. From the gun, Flacco. And the Jets pressure too much as down he goes. The Browns on 3rd down, just 1 for 3 thus far. This will be 3rd and forever. The Jets are going to use the first of their timeouts. That'll leave them with 2 remaining. We'll be back after this. Here is 3rd and quite a ways. Here's Flacco. And that will be incomplete.
Intended for
And I think we'll probably see them go for it here on 4th down. No reason not to. Down a couple of scores, they have to try and make something good happen.
Here we go. 4th down, 4th quarter. Flacco. And it's going to be batted down. And we'll go the other way with the football. The Browns unable to move the chains on 4th down. And the Jets are going to get the football here in great field position. Hall on a give up the middle. And just no chance of turning the corner. He can only get back to the line of scrimmage. 2nd and 10 coming up. And what do they start thinking about burning these timeouts? They've got all 3 still defensively.
To me, you have to start right now. Here's the time, and that means you've got to stop them on defense, not give up the yardage, use your timeouts in order to get the ball back and try and score yourself. But now is the time to start using those timeouts.
And keep in mind, it'll also stop the clock at the 2-minute warning. Ball again on 2nd down. And he's going to take this down close to a 1st down at the Browns' 28. 78 yards rushing for him now to this point.
Brandon, I've got to think this offensive line has got some smiles on its faces. And I know it sounds crazy, but they practiced for this back in training camp. They knew they'd be in situations where it'd be extra defenders in the box coming after them, trying to keep them from locking down a game. Right now, they want to show the world they're up to the challenge.
2 minutes left to play in this football game here on EA Sports. So it's Jets football as we get you reset here. They've got a 3rd down now as they look for one more 1st down to help salt this one away. They'll run with Hall. And he is going to have the 1st down, and that is going to suck the life right out of this crowd. And now we'll see a timeout used on defense as they stop it right out of the break with 1:57 to go in the ball game. Five points of contact necessary at this stage as they'll run on 1st down. Now the Browns signal for the 2nd of their timeouts. That'll leave them with just 1 remaining in this 4th quarter of play. Ball again. They'll get him to the ground at the 20 following a pickup of 4. The Browns will quickly use their 3rd and final timeout. And as the two teams talk it over on their respective sidelines, we take a break. On 3rd down, here's Hall. And he's just going to be short here, barely. Maybe by a half a foot. It'll be 4th and inches.
A 5-yard pickup. It's now 4th down.
The offense here not budging. They're going to fight for it on 4th and inches. Rodgers with a keeper. And he will have a Jets 1st down, and that should just about do it. That one a backbreaker as they wind up converting there on 4th. So this offense able to convert on 4th, and now a fresh set of downs here, 1st and 10. Here's a give to Hall. And he'll get it here to the 10-yard line. It's a pickup of 4, and it'll bring up 2nd down.
Can we just take that run and turn it into a kind of a clip and save? Because that tells you everything you need to know about this drive. They've been moving the ball awfully well.
He's going to get it again. Just looking to get forward and protect the ball. And the big boys up front, they're going to stop him right at the line. No gain on the play there, so they're left with a 3rd down and 6. They are in need of 6 yards here if they hope to move the chains. A handoff for Hall. And he will have the 1st down before he's brought down at the 3. So it's a victory here for the New York Jets. And it was their defense that really made the statement after the break. They pitched the 2nd half shutout.
Yeah, think about the team that just got vanquished. They did score in the 2nd quarter. Do you think they thought at all that that would be their last points of the game?
No, but what a 2nd half. The adjustment, whatever they did in the locker room, it certainly worked.
It certainly did, and you're exactly right. Whether it was an adjustment, whether it was just more focus on what they planned to do going in, whether they just played better, whatever it was, it all came together in the second half, and no points were allowed. That's a great way to close them out.
So for the Giants, they get the critical victory to move them to 9-7 now. And they'll get a few extra days to get ready for next week. Meanwhile, for Cleveland, they drop to a very tough record.